Yo, 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 welcome back to White Dads Can't Jump. Here for the Halloween special, in case you can't tell.
Spooky.
Got it all decked out for the spook.
Spooky.
And that's right.
Whoa, my camera's doing something funky there. Maybe we're not ready for that
Is it
here.
haunted? Okay, so here we are. We're back. I'm with the main man, Chad. Chad, how's it going?
Good. It's good to see you. Last week had a little snafu.
A human resources issue, right?
It's so hard to find good help.
Right. Karen was a weeks old employee, and I got to say that we loved having her as part of the show, but in the end, it just didn't work out. If it results in us having to miss a show, then clearly it's a problem. So don't worry, team. We nipped it in the bud, and we're now hiring. So if you want to go ahead and submit your application, visit our website, whitedadscan'tjump.com. And in order to be eligible to work here, all you have to do is buy a t-shirt.
Right. There you go.
And then you're in
It's
the
a
game.
great deal. That's a great cost benefit analysis for them because there's a small buy-in,
Yeah.
but the upside is unlimited potential.
Yeah, you're just proving your commitment.
Right.
You don't have to do all that pesky paperwork. I mean, we don't need your name or your address or anything. I mean, I guess to ship the product. But once we get that, then we're good.
Boom. I love it.
So here
Too
we
bad we
are.
don't have a live ticker. We can see these things coming in as is.
This isn't QVC, folks. So again, Halloween special. I am spooking it up. Chad had a little technical flare up there.
Scary. It got scary.
So I think that we have to start with best Halloween costume that you've ever worn.
Well, that I've ever worn. One I'm probably the most proud of was OJ. I dressed up as OJ in high school. Now, it would get me canceled for sure because there was some shoe polish used to embellish some features. I won't go into detail of what those were, but
your hands.
That did happen, yeah. But that was a good one. I have fond memories. I was Terminator 2 one year. I had the plastic face, like they put the face on. I had the light up eye with some putty to blend it in. That was a good one.
This was as an adult?
No, I was like 10.
Okay.
Whenever Terminator 2 came out.
So when...
What do you mean, as an adult or a kid?
At what age did you stop trick-or-treating? Or have you? Maybe you haven't stopped.
Ninth grade, maybe.
Okay, yeah, that feels right. Okay, I didn't know if you were one of those 16-year-olds. Listen, you got to respect the costume, man.
No, we would walk around every Halloween and dress up, but we wouldn't go door to door once we hit a certain age. Just out of respect for the little ones,
You got to let them get their candy.
Right. Yeah. Do you have any favorite ones?
One year I went as French Kiss, and so one of us was Parisian and the other one was from the band Kiss, and so I was from the band Kiss with the tongue and everything, and so that was fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never done a group
Well, I'm amazed you got off with that because most of the time, whatever girl you're dating has some master plan. I'm amazed that Jamie hasn't got you in you being
we kind of did a tandem costume on Friday night. I went as Johnny from Karate Kid.
Okay.
And I had the Cobra Kai jacket of the beach scene, which apparently turned out really well. I guess people thought my wig was real and all that, so maybe I should have worn it tonight. Dang it. And and then she had a skeleton bodysuit on because, in the movie they also are the skeletons at one point during the Halloween scene.
Oh, yeah.
So she kind of did that. People got it. It was an older crowd. They understood.
Okay.
One guy even asked me, he's like, "Have you seen Karate Kid?" And I said, "Yeah." Yeah. I'm older than I look. I've seen it. This just didn't happen on accident.
You even seen Karate Kid.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's the only tandem one. Every year we try to do it or think about doing it and then just don't.
Yeah. Well, it is quite a bit of effort.
Yeah. I don't, speaking of Halloween costumes, actually one of the things I wanted to kind of quiz you on today. Because obviously we know Halloween costumes match whatever the pop culture moment is of the time. So I have a list here, and I was going to run it through here and just give you some years and see how close you could come to maybe coming up with the top costume from that year. You game for that?
Yeah, hit me.
Okay. We're going to go right to 1999. 1999. So I want you to think on 1999, and I want you to think leather.
Past the Power Rangers.
Past the Power Rangers, right. But it is in that same general vein.
What came after Power Rangers?
It was
Britney
more of an
Spears.
adult theme thing, more adult.
Britney Spears.
I mean, that's a Britney and Leather in 1999 is a win. Like, you're not going to go wrong with that. But it was actually, drum roll,
Drumroll.
no Karen, we don't have one anymore.
Now
The
hiring.
Matrix.
Oh, sure. Okay, got it.
Matrix, yeah,
Got
that
it.
was a big one. That was a big one.
For some reason, I thought that came out in 2000, but okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, 99. So let me go a little more. Let's see here. This was a big one. 2008. This Halloween costume was every adult male had this costume, or you could not have gone to a party without this costume. Think,
We're talking politics here.
no, we're not talking politics.
Okay.
We're talking movie, big movie,
Okay.
blockbuster movie,
2008.
2008, big time movie. Everyone wore it.
Ugh, I'm not going to be good at this
Face
game. All right.
paint, white face paint.
The Joker?
The Joker, right? The Heath Ledger Joker. Yeah,
There we go. Okay.
that was everywhere in 2008. That was a big one here. This one. If you can pull this one off, I will be forever impressed because I was shocked
okay.
when I saw this. 12. Mega music iconic moment. One hit wonder
We're past Mbop.
from across the pond.
We're past the Beatles.
In the other direction, pond.
BTS.
No, pre-BTS.
BTS.
There was a ridiculous dance craze. Do you remember the ridiculous dance craze?
I mean,
in the early, whatever they called, the
not
10s?
the what?
What are the 2010s called? 2010s?
Yeah, the aughts. You're not talking about the Latin dance, right? The Macarena?
No, my God, that was like 1995. This was
I don't know.
Gangnam Style. Remember that?
Gangnam Style. Yeah.
The guy?
Got it.
Psy. That was the big one from
Yeah.
2012. All right, I'll give you one more to see if you can hit one of these. This is a female costume, 23. And also, the boyfriends would also have to dress in tandem. This was a big movie, 2023. It's an older IP that was
like
reimagined.
Harley Quinn.
Oddly enough, same actress,
Same actress.
wrong franchise.
Was also in
Big
The
time
Wolf of Wall
movie.
Street.
I mean, her costume, I don't think many people could pull that one off.
I mean, not realistically. Okay, I got it.
Ryan Gosling,
Renee Gosling? No.
Barbie.
Barbenheimer?
Barbenheimer, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
right,
got it.
Barbie. So that was a big one. Yeah. So, because I was looking through the list of, I mean, a lot of them are interesting. I did the decades as well, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
The big ones from the 2000s that came up was Harry Potter, because you forget how big Harry Potter was, because we're like now 24 years removed from the first Harry Potter movie. But that, like, if you lived through that, that was a thing. That was definitely a thing.
Well, now J.K. Rowling and the lead actress are commenting on each other in the press. Have you seen this?
I did, because
Hermione.
yeah, JK, she went, I guess what people would describe, especially in Europe, as a little alt-right with the transgender issue.
Oh, I didn't hear that part of it. Tell me.
Yeah, well, that's where all the fallout came, because she basically made the audacious claim that women were women and there was only two genders, and the cast, they thought that was just the worst thing in the world, so they were dumbfounded in her thought there. And so basically what it came down to was that
Somebody should tell the University of Michigan.
Hermione, well, I don't know her real name. Emma something.
Watson
Emma
Stone. No, Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was basically like, we're good or whatever. And then J.K. Rowling was like, hey, chick, remember when you were like, I'm awful, like 2 years ago? And then as the political winds change, now we're all love is love and all that kind of stuff. But
and we're all good.
because they didn't let J.K. Rowling, I don't know, I shouldn't say didn't let, but HBO did that big retrospective of the Harry Potter movies a few years ago, like the 20th anniversary or whatever. And she was not a huge part of it because there's so many people upset about her, and saying that like it would be impossible for everybody to come together because she is so polarizing.
Yeah, I think that it's a good idea that if you're in Hollywood that people are not paying to hear your opinion on matters.
No, but I guess when you're in that position, you just feel that people
Want to know.
because everyone says yes to you. You know, you're surrounded by yes people,
Yeah,
so no
that's
one
exactly right.
you
It's the
never
culture.
you never hear a counterclaim to your ideas. So
Right. Especially if you go to Facebook.
yeah, I wonder what it's like to have fans. Maybe we'll get there.
Maybe.
The other big thing that was interesting, I saw the report today. Are you familiar with the NBA cheating scandal? I know we talk about sports betting on here
Yes.
frequently. And so the NBA has been rocked with a scandal. And it came out today that one of the participants that had been arrested actually has an $8 million lien from the IRS. So it explains a little bit why this person was trying to come up with some quick cash, which is crazy to me because I don't understand. Obviously, I have no insight into the way people are paid other than just watching some YouTube videos, but it shocks me that their taxes aren't handled by someone. Like, how do you have an $8 million tax bill from the IRS when you've made enough money to necessitate an $8 million tax bill? Are these people not paying taxes as they're being paid? I don't know.
Well, and it makes me wonder because, okay, to your point, it's not like they're being paid under the table. It's not like they are selling something illicit in cash, and so they're just not claiming the cash. I mean, I think that probably all of their, all of their income streams what am I trying to say? That are non-gambling are probably legit. But I wonder if the IRS came and got them for their undisclosed gambling winnings.
It could be.
If
Because, I
somehow
mean,
they
how
caught
are
wind
you
of
going
that.
to, because what's the number that you have to claim on that?
Anything? I mean, technically anything. Yeah,
Well, fortunately, I've been losing so much lately, so we don't have to worry about that.
not a problem. So, yeah. So that I just wonder if that was it. I did hear that one of the coaches was involved. I mean, one of them was point shaving by taking himself out of the game, and so then obviously just having his friends bet. Which, by the way, how do you think that no one is going to notice that normally everybody bets $20,000 on point guards, but tonight when you sit out, now there's $200,000 worth of action on you being the point guard, and it's all on the under.
Yeah,
Like,
well, because that's the crazy thing.
you
He
think no
would
one's going
tell
to
them,
notice?
he's like, I'm going to fake an injury.
Right.
And so bet the under on me. I'll go play for 5 minutes. I'll tweak my ankle and then I'm out. And then you win the under. Like, I guess you do it a couple times over the course of a year. No one's going to pick up on it. But it just takes, I guess it is, like you said, it's the number that's moved on it because who's betting on that? It's not like he's a major star. So he's not going to have that much action on him on a nightly basis. And all of a sudden you get these huge numbers pouring in on him.
Right. And you think that there's nobody on the other side of that betting app or whatever you're doing. And so you don't think, hey, I need to spread this out across literally a few hundred people. Like if they're going to get that size of action, you have to spread it out over a bunch of people. But obviously they didn't do any of that. They're just like, okay, 200,000, there's my bet. No problem. And so, yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. And the other thing was that when one of the coaches got caught
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah,
Chauncey.
but he got caught playing at a raked poker game. I am not a great poker player, but I have a couple of friends who are great poker players, and they would tell you that never would you ever go to a rake game. I mean, what is it costing us to sit here? You know somebody that plays poker, whether you realize it or not. Like, you can come up with a couple of friends or family members to go play with that you don't have to pay a rake, because as soon as you do that and there's another hand, in the till, well, now somebody has a motivation to, make sure the game goes one way or another. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And so he clearly just got himself in with the wrong game. Should have stuck to the family game in his garage.
Yeah, I've seen now a couple reports of other people. They haven't named names, but they are mentioning that they've been brought into games through other professional athletes. So that's raising questions because obviously that's happening all the time. And it's just crazy because, again, like, why would you trust the situation?
And did you see Molly's Game when that came out, the movie? It was specifically about this, and it was one of the original guys that played Spider-Man was...
Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey
He's
Maguire.
a big-time Hollywood poker player.
Well, and he wasn't in the movie, but there was the guy, we were just talking about him the other day, the guy from Social Network.
The other Spider-Man?
Was he Spider-Man too?
Andrew Garfield?
No. The guy who played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network.
Well, Eisenberg or something,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
Jesse
Yeah,
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. So
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg plays him in the Molly's Game movie, and it really does fairly closely depict apparently what happened, according to the book, what happened with Molly's life and the fact that she started getting these raked games. The problem is that Molly at one point got herself upside down, and then the mob got in. And all of a sudden, if you've got the mob in your game, well, again, forget about it. And that's exactly what this guy was accused of doing too, is that he was involved in these games where not only was he playing and it was a rake game, but they had, photosensitive tables so that they could look up, and even with the cards face down on the table, they could read it because of the type of material that the felt was, or obviously it wasn't felt, of the type of material
Yeah.
the table was made out of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
So
weird to me that the mob still exists in that capacity because you'd think it had been stamped out just because of all of it. I mean, obviously, anytime there's money, there's corruption, but it's just weird because when you think of the mob, you think of like prohibition
yeah, in more of a historical sense, yes.
or
When I think
Goodfellas.
of the mob, I think of like the 80s in New York,
Yeah,
like
like the
when the
Gambinos.
crime boss. Yeah, I don't go all the way back to Prohibition.
Well,
That's a little
Tommy Gun. Get
disconnected.
your Tommy Gun.
Yeah, right. I'm not thinking Tommy
Say,
guns.
what was that? Not Rebel Without a Cause. The one, I don't know. There's a movie, a famous movie with that one guy. My movie history is failing me at the moment, but
That's all right. You did good with Jesse Eisenberg.
thank you. Yeah, it makes you want to never gamble anymore because you're just like, what the heck?
Now, what's interesting is poly markets. So you can go to like polymarket.com and look at the poly markets, and this is where there is no rake in the game. The closer the poly market gets, the more accurate it gets. Polymarket is right 85% of the time. And have you heard of Polymarket?
I have no idea what you're talking
Polymarket is a place, it's just like any other betting website, but you can bet on literally anything. You can bet on what the GDP is going to be by percentage.
about. These
You
are the
can
places that have the like, how many kids is somebody going to have or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can bet on literally anything. And because it is a true money driven market, where the money goes, like it's compared to, your hard rock bets and stuff like that, where you actually have a casino setting the odds. And they're doing a somewhat efficient job, but not totally. With Polymarket, it is purely based on money flow. And so because of that, you see a much more efficient, much more accurate market. And I think that you like presidential elections and things like that. And the closer you get, when you're within like 2 weeks of the event happening, it rises from like 85 to like 95%. So I think that when it comes to gambling, if you want to do it, that's really where you want to do it. Obviously, you don't need that for Sunday Night Football, but if you're trying to get a no sticky fingers in the pot situation, I think the poly markets are the way to go.
So is it the payout is dependent on the amount of bets on a particular
Right.
side?
Yeah, that's exactly right. But it's more efficient than what the casinos do, where they set the odds and make the tables. It's just you do it based on however much actual cash flows into the bet, not them arbitrarily moving the number around.
So then you get a cut of the.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's
So,
interesting.
and you can bet on Kim Kardashian's next kid's name. So who doesn't
Well,
like that?
yeah, that's fun. One thing that I think could be very dangerous for me is the live table games that they have on the apps now.
Yes.
Seems like, because at least there was the barrier of I had to get in the car and drive to the casino and take cash out and like see that whole transaction take place. But then, now fortunately it's not legal in Florida, but when you travel, obviously new opportunities open up and you can easily just sit there and be like, oh, it's like literally like playing video roulette, but it's real money. And it's a real wheel, so at least I feel like it's not completely getting screwed there. But I don't know. We'll see if I, for over Thanksgiving travels, if I get myself wrapped up in one of those. Doesn't look good.
bet the
We're driving, so I'll need something to do while we're traveling from state to state.
about that gas money.
Yeah. That's all you need. You just hit one time and you're like, we got this trip paid for. Now, how much did you spend to get, because I remember one time I was buying a car and the finance guy we were talking about the casino And he's like, "Oh yeah, I won like $50,000 at the casino last year." And I was like, "Holy smokes, that's awesome, man!" And I was like, "How much did you spend to win that?" And he's like $50,000. I was like, "Okay." So I guess you got $50,000 worth, or I guess $0 out of entertainment. I guess you're broke even, free
Yeah.
entertainment at that point,
Only one side of that story is fun to tell.
right?
I won 50,000 at the casino.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
exactly
people don't usually ask how much did you spend.
right. No, but it
I
is
like
the
to get
logical question.
I like to get into the into the murky waters with people. I want to hear the real side. I don't want the fluff. I want the but yeah part.
I like that, the but yeah part.
But yeah, how much did you spend to win that $50,000?
Yeah. And the problem is that people are never honest about that. I mean, I'm shocked that that guy gave you that answer.
Yeah, I mean it's like the fish that always gets bigger, because the
Right.
story, it starts as an 8-inch fish and turns into a 4 foot, 70 pound whatever mackerel. I don't know
Mackerel,
fish.
walleye, yeah.
I don't know
Right, what
fish.
depending on the part of the country you're in.
Yeah, I know the salmon. Maybe I know. I don't even know if I know what a salmon looks like, honestly.
You know what it looks like at Sam's Club.
Yeah, or like one of the big shocking things was the realization of what a tuna fish looks like. Because you have no context of what that like shape, size, texture, like nothing.
They're huge.
Yeah, they're worth tons of money. Like you see the people in Japan catching them, they get tons of money for these tuna fish. Obviously, like how many cans of tuna fish are you making out of that thing?
Well, I was going to say, and no matter what it looks like in the can, it's not actually gray when
Right.
it's fresh.
Yeah, it's like that deep red,
Yeah, it is a deep red when
like
it's
tuna
fresh.
steak. Like that's another weird thing. Like, oh, what? I don't need tuna steak. I got my chicken of the sea right there.
uh, I, I, I think that people like because that's what is in the poke bowls now, right? Is all that
Mm,
salmon.
mm-hmm.
Like I poke bowls have completely gone past me. Have you ever had a poke bowl?
No,
Okay, yeah, good. You've never been
no.
like, hey, I want a little chicken of the sea in my.
No, the craziest thing I've ever done in terms of seafood is I've done the sushi burrito.
Okay,
Have you
tell me
done
about
that?
that.
It's
No.
kind of weird. Basically, like the burrito, it's sushi, but the burrito instead of a tortilla is like the seaweed wrap.
Oh,
But you're getting a lot of rice, as you can imagine. Like it's not a great combination. Yeah, it was weird. Like it didn't feel right. I'm not gonna do it again.
my other favorite is when you get like it's at like a Thai restaurant when you get like the spring wrap, but it is this what they wrap it in is translucent. So it's got the consistency of sort of like rubber or like thin paper, but they put all the vegetables in it, roll it up, and wrap it. And so now it's like if a sausage had a transparent
Mm,
casing, I mean, beyond just the outside that you could see. So now it's like stuffed. Yeah, it wasn't
yeah,
my favorite. The
yeah.
flavor was great, but the concept of it being, yeah, presentation,
Yeah,
not my
the other
favorite.
weird thing is the ramen bowls being a thing.
Yeah,
Because ramen to me growing up was like ramen noodles. Like you're not like that's really you're scraping the bottom of the barrel if you're eating
yeah,
ramen noodle. And I used to get it quite often just because they were like 9 cents a pack
right.
and eat those up. And I mean, it was filling, but like I'm not going to pay for a ramen bowl. That just seems crazy to me. Like I get that the noodles are different, but still, it's just like in my mind, it's that orange packet, the
That
chicken
says ramen.
flavor, the
Yeah, you just
seasoning.
shake it in. That's where
Yeah.
chicken flavor comes from, is from a shaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is,
Yeah,
in fairness, ramen does say flavored. It's not chicken, it's chicken flavored or
that's like
seafood flavored.
my wife very early on in our relationship pointed out to me that on cheeses, like for example, any cheese that is individually wrapped,
Uh-huh.
it says cheese product on it.
Oh, yeah.
It is not real cheese, it is
Yeah.
cheese product. And
Yeah.
she goes, I'm from Wisconsin. We are not getting any sort of cheese product on anything. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Because you can
okay.
get the fancy ones where it's the individual, like, actual cheese slices
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. No, no. But
or the, like,
the
just
wrapped
pressure
ones.
packed. Yeah.
Yeah, the pressure packed ones, those say cheese product on them.
Yeah. Have I told you? I can't, I'm sure I've told you this story, but I'm going to tell it now because I have a very funny cheese packet story. So this might take, we might go over the 30-minute. I'll try to do this quickly. So Picture, if you will, you're at a high school prom and you are chaperoning the high school prom, right? And randomly you're at the dance, they have nice food and everyone's dressed up. And it was a nice prom. And then all of a sudden you walk around and you randomly see a Kraft singles wrapper on the floor. So you immediately are like, we need to investigate this because
Something's
this wasn't part of the spread.
they weren't serving singles.
So as we're making our rounds, randomly we come across a kid at the garbage can and like, hey, what's up, man? What are you doing? And all of a sudden you just see him like out of his back pocket. He pulls out yet another Kraft singles with the sound, whatever that's made out of, and opens it up and eats the Kraft
Sir,
single.
that is cheese product.
Throws it away, and then he's having the time of his life eating his Kraft singles. And so that was, yeah, that's one of my favorite. Like, I don't know that I'll ever go to a prom and have a better story than the Kraft single.
It does not get much better than that. All right. Well, we didn't talk about our favorite candy or anything, but I think that all right. So lightning round. Favorite candy, Halloween candy.
Oh boy, I've always been partial to the.
I'm not sure you're familiar with how lightning rounds
Yeah,
work.
well, you put me on the spot. I had to think about it. What is the flavored Tootsie Rolls?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I like those.
Interesting.
But I don't only ever get them at Halloween. Like I've never just buy. I know you can buy them, but that's not an option.
All right. I'm going Whoppers. Happy Halloween, everybody. Be good.